You're lying in bed at 3 a.m., and suddenly your brain decides that embarrassing thing you said 5 years ago is urgent business. Your face flushes, your stomach drops, and you're stuck replaying it, word for word, gesture for gesture, even though nothing happened. Nothing is happening, and logically you know it doesn't matter. But here's what neuroscience found that changed how I think about this. Your brain isn't broken. It's actually using a mechanism your ancestors relied on to survive. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why it happens specifically at night, and what to do about it the next time you find yourself in that 3 a.m. loop.
This isn't just you. Research on rumination, that's the technical term for this kind of repetitive, intrusive thinking, shows that most people experience it. The question isn't whether you ruminate, it's how often and how intensely. Some nights it's a whisper. Other nights it's a full-volume loop that keeps you awake for an hour. What makes this feel so different from regular thinking is that it's involuntary. You're not choosing to replay that moment. It just arrives in your mind, and then it's hard to leave. And the more you try not to think about it, the worse it gets. That's not weakness. That's how your brain is wired.
The first misconception: if you're replaying awkward moments, something is broken about you. You're neurotic or anxious or fundamentally flawed. Here's the correction. Rumination happens across personality types. High achievers, perfectionists, conscientious people, they ruminate just as much as naturally anxious folks. It's not a marker of a character flaw. It's a marker of having standards and caring what others think, which billions of people do.
Second misconception: if you just try harder not to think about it, eventually it will stop. Psychologists call this thought suppression, and research is crystal clear. It backfires. The harder you push a thought away, the louder it gets. This is called the ironic process, and it happens to everyone. The fix isn't to suppress, it's to accept and redirect.
Third misconception: the timing, 3 a.m., means something mystical is happening, or that your brain is uniquely broken at night. Wrong. The 3 a.m. timing isn't magic. It's the collateral damage of poor sleep, circadian timing, and what happens in your brain when you're mentally quiet and sleep deprived at the same time. So, what's actually happening? When you're awake, and especially when you're not actively working on something, a network in your brain called the default mode network wakes up. This is the network that handles self-referential thinking, thoughts about yourself, your reputation, things you've done, things you said. It's active in almost everyone during rest, but in people who ruminate, it's hyperactive. The connectivity is stronger, the loop is louder.
Now add sleep deprivation. When you're not sleeping enough, two things happen simultaneously. First, your emotional control center, the prefrontal cortex, starts to fail. It's like the manager of your brain going offline. Second, your amygdala, which processes threats and emotions, becomes hypersensitive. A neuroimaging study found that just one night of poor sleep increases amygdala reactivity to emotional stimuli by more than 60%. You're not just tired, you're emotionally raw.
The third layer is hyperarousal. This is the state where your body is physically wound tight. Your nervous system is stuck in a low-level alert. Research on insomnia found that hyperarousal is a hub, a central connection point, linking emotion dysregulation, perfectionism, self-consciousness, and sleep problems. It's not just one thing going wrong, it's multiple systems amplifying each other.
And then there's what your unfinished business does to your mind. Research on goal psychology found that commitments, things you care about that aren't resolved, prime your brain to notice them. If you worry about how others see you, that goal is active. During relaxed moments, especially when the default mode network dominates, like when you're trying to sleep, your mind drifts toward that unresolved goal.
Your 3 a.m. brain is trying to solve something it can't solve. How you can change the past. That's the trap.
Here's a finding that surprised me. Rumination is more predictive of insomnia than worry is. You might think they're the same thing, but they're not. Worry is about the future. Rumination is about the past and about yourself. A longitudinal study of over 1,000 people found that a 10-point increase in rumination raised the odds of insomnia by 60%. Rumination is the heavier hitter.
Another surprise. What you think is keeping you safe is actually harming you. Fear of evaluation, fear of what others think, is highly central to social anxiety. But here's the thing. When you ruminate at 3 a.m., you're rehearsing that fear. You're reinforcing the exact neural pathway you're trying to escape. Your brain is treating the replay as evidence that you failed socially, which makes the fear more real tomorrow.
And here's the counterintuitive part about your sleep itself. While your brain is replaying that moment, your REM sleep is disrupted. Disrupted REM sleep prevents the kind of emotional processing that would normally help you move on from embarrassing moments. So poor sleep doesn't just make you emotionally raw, it actively prevents the healing that should happen at night. You're stuck in a loop where sleep is supposed to fix it, but the loop keeps sleep from working.
Perfectionism amplifies the entire pathway. A study of 1,600 adolescents found that maladaptive perfectionism, setting impossible standards, fearing mistakes, predicts poor sleep primarily through rumination. The perfectionist's brain isn't just replaying the moment, it's interrogating it for what it reveals about your inadequacy. That's the perfectionism trap. You ruminate more, sleep worse, and then have less emotional control the next day to challenge the perfectionist thoughts.
So what do you actually do? The first principle: stop trying to suppress the thought. The moment you notice yourself in a rumination loop, the instinct is to push it away. That makes it worse. Instead, use acceptance. Acknowledge that the thought is there. Oh, there's that moment again. And then redirect your attention to something neutral, not forcing it away, just noticing and shifting. This is the foundation of acceptance and commitment therapy, and research shows it works. The second principle: attack your sleep. This is not meditation-level advice. This is urgent priority advice. Every night of better sleep gives your prefrontal cortex the power it needs to regulate emotions the next day. Cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, or CBT-I, shows a 57% remission rate from insomnia and reduces rumination alongside it. Sleep hygiene, consistent bedtimes, and reducing caffeine aren't optional optimizations. They're the foundation.
The third principle, and this is the one that surprised me, address your perfectionism directly. You don't have to fix it entirely, but recognizing that rumination is fueled by impossible standards changes how you respond. When a perfectionist thought arrives at 3 a.m., you can ask, is this standard realistic? Am I applying it to myself that I don't apply to others? Metacognitive therapy teaches this kind of thought examination, and it has a 67% success rate in clinical trials.
Here's my signature takeaway, and something you can do right now. When you catch yourself ruminating, ask what unfinished business the moment represents. Is it about being perceived as incompetent, awkward, unworthy? Once you name the underlying goal or fear, you've shifted from "why does my brain keep doing this?" to "what am I actually afraid of?" Then you can address the fear directly, either by reframing the goal or by taking small actions that disprove it. Your 3 a.m. brain isn't broken. It's trying to solve something. Give it the right problem to solve. Let's anchor this. Your brain replays awkward moments at 3 a.m. because 3 systems are working against you. Your default mode network is hyperactive, your emotional control is weakened by poor sleep,
And your perfectionism or social anxiety has left an unresolved goal burning in your mind. It's not a character flaw, it's not permanent, and it's not unsolvable. The evidence-based interventions, CBT-I, acceptance-based approaches, metacognitive therapy, show 50-70.
If you've ever wondered why your brain loves to torture you with cringe at 3 a.m., now you know. It's not torture. It's a broken attempt at problem solving, amplified by sleep loss and fueled by unmet standards. The win isn't eliminating the thought. The win is building a relationship with your brain where you can notice it, accept it, and redirect it. And that starts tonight with better sleep. If you want the exact 2-minute wind-down routine designed specifically for interrupting the 3 a.m. rumination cycle, the one I didn't have time to detail here, grab the Neuro Quirks Field Guide. It's your starting point for the next 6 weeks.